What's going on, guys? Tonight we have a 9-game NBA slate. In this video, I'll be going through some of my top player prop picks for these games tonight. It is the NBA Cup, and things do get a little bit weird in the Cup games, as we saw last night. We had two big blowouts, and we had one fairly close game that got a little bit out of hand in the second half, with the Lakers taking over against the Clippers. These Cup games are weird because you have some teams who are really trying to win the thing, really trying to go for it. And, the Magic put up like 150 points or whatever last night against the Sixers. But then you have these other teams on the other end of the spectrum, like the Sixers, who are just kind of using these games as extra time to get some rest for their guys, kind of toss it in because they're not going to win the thing at this point. So just something to be aware of tonight in the NBA games. You might see some teams running their starters out a little bit longer, but then you also might see some teams with a shorter leash on their guys too. So it's a tough spot for the NBA with these cup games, especially now that it's the third game out of four in the group play. But we'll try our best. Yesterday for me was a decent day. It wasn't the best. I actually didn't cash any of my slips yesterday, unfortunately. Couldn't get any of the combos right. That's just the way it goes sometimes. We got hooked twice. Rui hooked us by half a PRA, and Kawhi Leonard hooked us on half a PRA as well. Great call on James Harden. I was very happy with that one. But hey, it's the NBA. There's a lot of games, a lot of nights. That's just the way it goes sometimes. We'll get it back tonight, hopefully. And if not, we'll get it back. I don't know if there's games tomorrow, but we'll get it back on the next NBA slate. But before I get into the plays, just a couple of quick reminders. The VIPs, you guys already got all these plays. I posted them for you with the write-up and everything a couple of hours ago, along with screenshots of my slips. If you're not a VIP and you want to become a VIP, I'm running two really good promotions right now. Number one, this is the big one. This is more for the people who want to lock into my picks long term. It's $100 annual subscription, but this price locks in for life. My normal price is $10 a week or $20 a month for the VIPs. This is a way you can just save a lot of cash. And if you want to get all of my picks and my write-ups and analysis and stuff over a full year, this is just a cheap way to do it. But there's a link in the description below that automatically sends you to the checkout screen for this specific deal. But if you do sign up through Tails, like if you find me on the Tails app or on OddsShopper or one of my other social links, if you use promo code 1000, it will apply this discount for you. And then my other discount, I don't have a graphic for it, but I'm running a trial for $1 VIP for a month. So if you use the link in the description below, it will bring up the screen for my OddsShopper Tails package. If you select monthly and then do promo code the number one Dolla, DOLLA. So that's one DOLLA. It's $1. It'll only charge you $1 for the entire month of my picks. And then after that month is over, then you'll get into the regular price, but you can cancel it if you don't want to stick with it. But this is just a way you can try out what the VIP experience is like, all the extra work I kind of do for you guys, the educational stuff, along with all of my screenshots of my slips and everything. But anyways, that's enough for me yapping. Let's get into the plays here. First off, to join the Discord server as well before I get into the plays. The link to join's in the description below and in the pinned comment. And the website I'm using here is called Outlier.bet. This is my research website that I use every single day. So the first play tonight we're going to touch on, I actually had a little bit of a difficult time trying to find some plays tonight, mainly because just there's so many unknowns with this NBA Cup slate, and they actually released a lot of lines earlier last night, which means at this point in the day, a lot of things are settled, and I'm still waiting on some injury news, and I'll touch on here in a minute. But the first play I'm going to be on, this is an earlier start today. It's a 5 p.m. Eastern time game, just so you guys are aware, so you don't miss the lock time. But it's Tobias Harris over 17.5 PRA. He is a very frustrating player to watch sometimes. Like I hate betting on him a lot of the times because it's just gross. He'll be on the floor running cardio, essentially doing nothing sometimes, and that's why the number's as low as it is. But he's gone over this number in 6 out of 8 games this season. Going back to last season, he went over 73% of the time as well. Everybody is healthy for the Pistons, and even if I filter for that, so like games with Cade, with Ivy, with Duran, Harris is in, like he's still hitting over 78% of the time last year, and then only 2 games this year so far. But even like we have a 5 game sample size against the Celtics in general for Tobias Harris. Generally shows up well against them. He did pretty well against them when he was with the Sixers for a while too. So I don't usually look at head to head, but for a guy like this who has faced this team so many times, it's just a decent spot for him. So we're gonna go with Tobias over 17.5 PRA. Now the next play is contingent on some injury situations here. There are 2 ways you could take this play. So you can either take Bobby Portis under 20.5 PRA if you think Giannis is going to play. But if you think Giannis is going to be out, I would take his over. I personally think Giannis is playing tonight. I haven't seen anything that has showed me otherwise, other than him just being questionable. So if I filter for games with Giannis this season for Bobby Portis, he has gone under this number in 12 out of 13 games, averaging only 15.7 PRA, going over just the one time. And that was a game where he just shot decently well with 16 points. It's the most points he's had with Giannis active in the entire season. So as long as he doesn't get super hot from the floor again, just like he did the other night where I was actually on his over PRA, he should be fine to go under this number coming off the bench because he doesn't start for the Bucks as well. But in the event that Giannis is out, because if we do get news later, I'm actually waiting to make a slip with this play. I don't want to lock myself into something until I get the news that I want to hear. But if Giannis is out, Portis averages 25.2 PRA without Giannis this season and 33.3 PRA without Giannis last season. So really good spot for Portis if Giannis is out. I would take that all the way up to 26.5. Wouldn't go over 26.5, but that's just only if you get news of Giannis being out tonight. All right, third play here. It's another guy off the bench, and it is Colin Sexton over 16.5 points and assists. Now, I don't generally like to take overs on guys off of the bench too often. I know Bobby Portis is a bit of an exception. But Colin Sexton, he's gone over this number in 12 out of 16 games this season. But if I filter for games with LaMelo Ball and then games with Brandon Miller, because they're both healthy now, we only have a 3 game sample size, but he went over all 3 games, averaging 22.7 points and assists per game. Basically, he's a guy who's going to come in off the bench and he's just going to chuck up shots. I mean, 12 attempts per game, essentially. He only played 17 minutes in the one game against Brooklyn, put up 9 shots and still went over the number. 13 shots in the other 2 games and very sporadic minutes between 30 and 23. So it's really a question mark on how many minutes he's actually going to get tonight. I'd assume somewhere in the middle, usually around 20 to 22, I would think. But he's going to come in, he's going to chuck, and hopefully that's enough for him to go over this points and assist number, just like he has the last couple of games this season that he's been in this situation. Can't literally look at last year because he's on a different team, but he was very, very efficient last year to going over this number. Now we're heading over to the first half bets. You guys know that I love my first half PRAs and my first half points. These are only on Underdog Fantasy and PrizePicks. So if you don't have an account with Underdog yet, sign up using code LayTheHouseRM. When you do, you get a deposit bonus, you get a bunch of discounts, you get a couple gimme wins in there. And then if you send me a screenshot that you deposited using my promo code, I'll give you 3 months for free of my VIP too. So just send me the screenshot on Discord or Twitter or X or Instagram or wherever you got me, and I'll send you a link for 3 months free of my VIP. But the player on tonight is Pascal Siakam, over 16.5 first half PRA. Nothing too crazy on this one. This has just been a spot where we've been taking it all season. They haven't been adjusting the line. He's gone over in 14 out of 16 games, 88% win rate. I say this every single video. PrizePicks and Underdog are really slow when it comes to adjusting these first half lines. And so you'll find players like Siakam, you'll find players like the next guy I'm going to talk about. You'll find a guy like Trae Young last year where you're just continuously going to keep taking the same props over and over and over again until they start to move the line and then just never move it. So it's not like a free money glitch by any means because it's not going to win every single time, but it'll probably win at least 70 to 75% of the time over the entire season as long as they don't start moving the numbers on us. But generally speaking, they're really slow to move these first half props. But that's why we're on Siakam, averaging 19.3 first half PRA, going over in 88% of the games this year. The other first half play I'm on is Alperen Sengun, under 11.5 first half points. This number is 11.5 on Underdog Fantasy, but 11 on PrizePicks. So you want to take this play on Underdog. You don't want to take it on PrizePicks because every half point matters. Every number matters essentially. But Sengun's gone under this number in 13 out of 15 games this year, including last game without Kevin Durant. Last season, he went under this number 72% of the time as well. Filtering from just away games, he went under this number 76% of the time, and every single away game this season as well. I've been on this one the entire season too. I actually think this was up to 12.5 at one point, and so they did take this one down a little bit. But I'll just keep taking this until he either starts to go over this number consistently or they'll move this down to like 9.5, which I don't foresee happening anytime soon. So Sengun under 11.5 first half points, Underdog Fantasy only. Now, my last two plays, these are the parlay fillers that I'm on. The first one is LaMelo Ball over 24.5 PRA. This is an alternate line. Mix and match it with your parlays if you want. He's gone over this number all 10 games this season, over it in 40 out of 47 last season. Looking at just home games, it goes up to a 91% win rate last year, and then obviously every single home game this year as well. Great spot for LaMelo Ball as long as the minutes are there and he doesn't get hurt or something, and he should be fine to absolutely smash this number. The volume's just always there for him. And the last play is Bam Adebayo. I don't know if I actually saved it on here. I didn't. So let me type it in real quick. So Bam Adebayo over 14.5 points and assists. So let's go to points and assists. Where are you? There you go. All right, points and assists over 14.5. Reasoning behind this, he's gone over this number every single game this year where he didn't get hurt. Obviously, he got hurt in the one game where he had two. Last season, he went over this number 87% of the time, even if he filled it for games with Tyler Hero in, because Hero did come back last game. Still an 88% win rate for Bam, and obviously just the one game sample size this year. But he's on the floor enough. He's a starter, and it's just a decent spot for him to go over on this parlay filler for us. But that's going to wrap things up today. Bit of a longer video since there's a lot of games tonight. Remember, join Discord server. The link to join is in the pinned comment below. Discord's completely free. You don't need to be a VIP to be in the Discord. If you want to be a VIP, take advantage of those two deals. Like I mentioned, either the annual or the $1 monthly, or $1 1 month, essentially. And then last, but certainly not least, best of luck on your bets tonight, everybody. And thanks for watching.